Okay, so today I hope that I have sent Python PPT to you people. I don't know whether you have come across with that particular thing. You have go through with that particular PPT. I don't know. So, however, if anybody is not gone through that particular thing, then you please go ahead and so take that particular PDF and go through each and every point which is been there with you in that PDF. So today I'd like to give you some important information regarding to the installations and how the things are being activated here. Let us have a look here. Already I have given some information in the previous sessions in the first or second class of our Python. So I have given already this one. So you could see this kind of website. You have to visit this particular kind of website, and then you could find so let me www.python.org. Python.org. Yes, you can take this particular python.org, and thereby you can find the downloads. So here it is, downloads. Otherwise, directly you can download from here itself. So Python 3.8.5. This is the current version which is been there with you in Python website. So you can directly download this one. After downloading, you straight away go ahead and install that download. Then you could identify so IDLE Python 3.8 32-bit, and then so this particular thing you can see, and also you can see this one also. You can see this particular thing also, and this one and this one. These two will be seen by you. Let me drag here, then it is very easy to understand. So this two, let me show you through this one. So this is IDE, and this is the command line prompt. Directly I am opening this particular command line prompt for you for explaining purpose. So I have installed 3.8.5 just before, 20 minutes back. So I got this particular IDLE. You can see how the IDLE can be. So IDLE can be seen in such a fashion, as like as a menu, window. As like as a general window, it could be seen like this. And it is also, the command prompt will be displayed for you in Python. Look at this, Python. We are using Python 3.8.5. 8.5, and it is on Windows 32-bit kind of operating system. Of course, 32-bit Intel kind of microprocessor it is being running here. And here you could operate our own set of commands on this particular thing. So similarly, if you want to write any programs, let us say go ahead with file, new file. You can go ahead and file, new file. Then here you can type your own commands. Let me say print, as we seen in the previous classes, print. So hello world. You can take this one here, and then okay, close this one. Let me save this one. So again, you will go ahead and save this particular file. This file must be always saved. You can choose your own path. You can choose. I have saved my files in E:2021 and here in Python and Python programs. Within this particular directory, I have to save my files, all files. So let me take he.py, Python script. Always Python script have .py as its extension. Extension must be Python.py as its extension. You have to save it. And here you could find. So I cannot make much bigger font here. You can find 1, 2, 3, fourth option. Fourth option is run. Run this particular module. You can run this one. Obviously, you could see this particular running. Okay, you could see this particular running. So here restart at where I have stored here. I have stored E:2021 Python PROGS HE.py. This is the program I have so written just before. The program will be seems here. This is the program where exactly I have written, and it could be executed in such a way. So if you have such kind of IDLE will be there with you, it is very easy to write your programs. It is very easy to execute your programs. If you do have only so the command prompt and you have to set each and every environment path. So if IDLE will be there, environment path will be automatically set up here. Okay. So this is the way how you can install your Python, and you could find this is the specific icon. It could be only the command prompt, CMD prompt. So for prompt for Python, and here it is. So user interface IDE. This is IDE. Better to so install with IDE. Don't ask any questions over there. Just you have to click the next, and so on. Okay. Don't uncheck any kind of so options which have been displayed out there while you are installing. You just do like that, and it could be installed something like this. Okay. And let us see some kind of programs. So I have written some 6 to 7 programs. Fifth program and the sixth program. These two programs are from our so laboratory session. Laboratory session in the sense I'll open our laboratory session also. So this is our syllabus. Yeah. Yes, you can see your Python lab programming laboratory syllabus. So here, first one is write a program that asks the user for weight in kilograms and convert to pounds. What I have written same. So I just copied and pasted here. That's all. I did not do any other kind of operation here. Write a program that asks user enter 3 numbers and separate use 3 separate input statements and create a variable called total average. You have to create 2 different types of variables, total and average, that holds sum and average of the 3 numbers and print them separately. Okay. Same thing I have taken here. I just copied. That's all. I just copied. Okay. So, however, let us take. So, how could you perform this particular operation? So, what is that? So, here write a program to read 2 numbers from keyboard and print their sum. Okay, print their sum. How could you done this particular thing in how many number of so modes you could done here? Let us evaluate. Okay, let me open a new file for you. So it is new. Yes, I have taken new. So previous one, let me close this one here. That is not required. Hello program is not required for me. Okay. So this is my command prompt and this is my so program here. So what exactly we are trying to do here? We would like to take two inputs, and then you have to identify the sum and then print the sum. Okay. This could be done in 3 ways. Let us do. Let me say, so A will be equal to input of, already we have given prompt message can be taken into consideration. Input of, so enter an integer or a number, whatever it may be, a number. Okay, number has been taken. And B will be equal to, so enter another number or enter another number, whatever it may be. You could enter your one. So take this particular thing. And then by default, already we have taken in the previous class, already we have taken that input will be always, whatever the data you have entered using your keyboard, input will be always converted that particular data into string. Everything through input, whatever the input you have taken, that must be a string. So that you have to convert that particular input into integers. So therefore, what you are supposed to do here is some x will be equal to int of, already typecasting also taken, int of a. Okay. So a is a character, a is a string and b is another string as per the input is concerned. So therefore, x will be equal to int of a. So the string will be converted into integer, and y will be equal to again int integer of b here. So it's also okay. Semicolon is not required. Semicolon is not required. After converting this to some z will be equal to x plus y. That is what we are expected. And then finally we have to print. So the addition, addition is. Otherwise, the sum is you could take sum, whatever the output you could, comma. So where exactly the sum will be? Sum will be available at z. Okay, that's all. You have to save this program. So add1.py, add1.py. Okay. Then let us run this particular thing here. Run this module. Otherwise, you have to apply F5 also. Okay. Enter a number. That number is some 10. Enter another number. That number is some 23. The sum is 33. So if you are supposed to take, if you are not supposed to include these two, so hash, and then hash will be taken into consideration because so it will be single line. It's also single line. Otherwise, let me introduce multi-line. For example, it could be taken so something like this. Now z will be equal to a plus b. For example, if I would take a plus b without conversion anything, if you are supposed to take so a plus b will be taken into consideration and save it, and then again plus press F5 or F5 directly. So let me say 22 and 36. It could be, so already we have taken plus is override. Okay, function overload. So value with a is 22. It is not actually, this 22 is not actually so digit or number. It is a string. Okay, 22 plus 36 will be 22, 36. This is entirely, it is called as a string here. And the string are both strings are appended together, they will be displayed. So that is why we require this one. That is why we require this particular kind of operation here. Okay. So this conversion must be required here. So that is for x plus y. So this is one kind of operation which we have to perform here. Let me run this one more time. Run this one more time. Some 56 and sorry. Run this one more time. So 55 and 89. Okay, answer is 144. It is okay. This is one way of writing the. Yes. Input will be. I hope that you haven't attended that particular class. I think so. Who is that? Bhargav Ram, you haven't attended that particular class. I don't know whether you have attended or not. So whatever the data you have taken input through keyboard using input function, everything will be a string. Okay, so it could be stored something like this. If you take input of something, if you take something and will be stored somewhere else in a, it has been stored somewhere else in the sense. So what exactly it could be? For example, if you have taken some 350 as a number, you are thinking that is the number. A will be seems like this, 350 something like this. It could be stored something like this. So by using this input statement here, okay, it is always a string. By default, input will be always converted into a string. So if you are not aware of this one, please go through the previous videos. So during this particular class, probably a day before yesterday's video. So day before yesterday, or, so today's class and the previous class and then previous class, -2 video you please go through, then you could understand what exactly. Everything will be converted into characters only, string only. So that is the problem here, where exactly, so it could be taken into consideration by the Python's input here. So that is why we have to convert that particular number. We have to cast that particular number. So that particular string to your required data type here. I'm thinking that it is integer, so that I have to cast it to integer here. Okay. So this is one way of writing the program. And second way of writing program, let me save as A. I think A will be, yeah, save as with another name, that is 2. Add 2.py. So I don't want to convert here. I don't want to convert at this particular place. I have to convert here itself. Okay, integer of input of. Okay, you can close this one here. Okay, directly while taking the input itself, you have to convert this one. Okay, this is one way of converting the input here. So keyboard will be given some kind of input which is in string form. That string form is directly converted into integer, and that integer has been stored into A, and that integer has been stored into B. So therefore, these two statements are not required at this moment. Okay, these two statements are not required at this moment. Instead of X and Y, because X and Y are not there with us, this is A and this is B directly. Okay, this is one more kind of so doing the operation with addition. Not addition, actually. I'm trying to explain how input will be converted. There are two ways. One is directly take input as string, and the string will be converted into number or float or any other data type, and then do the operation. So let us examine. Let us examine how this could be executed. Let us see, execute this one here. So here, let me take some 12, and here it is 25. So the sum is 37. Yes, it could be executed. Okay, it could be executed in a proper way. So this is the another way to perform this one. And if you are trying to perform the same operation with single line, yes, it could be done. In single line, in the sense, I don't want to take any input, any variables here directly. While taking the input itself, I have to add them using the print statement. Yes, it could be done. How it could be? So it is only for this particular program. Okay, only for this particular program. So try to remember this one here. Save as. Let me say add 3.py. Add 3.py. So what I am trying to perform here, in the sense, I'd like to take the print statement, something like this. I don't want to need anything here. Print. Okay, sum. The sum is. Afterwards, let me take first parameter here like this. First parameter will be, I have to convert whatever the input I have taken, that will be converted into integer, followed by comma, sorry, plus first input plus, and the second input, that's also converted into so integer. Okay, that's also converted into integer, and then close this one, and then close this one. Look at this. So what exactly I did here is, I did something like this. So I did print. All these statements are not required. All these statements are not required. Only single statement I have written here. Print. The sum is. This is the data which I would like to provide as output. Afterwards, I've taken two different types of inputs. Two different types of inputs as the parameters here. First parameter is input a particular number, followed by plus. I have operated my addition here. Input another number here, and then close the print statement. Okay. So let us examine this one, whether it is being executed properly or not. Let us examine this one. So look at this. So some 56, some 25 plus 36. Yes, it is being. Okay. These are the three different ways you could write your addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers, simply speaking. Okay. So this is one way, and this is another way. Let me make them into two lines, then you could understand. It is actually comma and follow. Okay, this is one kind of operation where exactly you could perform. Okay, this is one kind of thing. So either of these you could. First of all, you take input and then convert them into integers, then operate the value, actual operation, then provide the output. This is one kind of thing. Otherwise, while taking input itself, you have to convert the number so to your required data type, and then you have to perform the operation. Third one is only for taking two inputs and provide sum of those two. So you could write this particular thing also. It's also be working out. These many facilities cannot be there in our C++. Okay, you please observe. Okay, let us take. This is the way of writing your addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers could be written something like this. And then next one is, what is our next thing is, write a program to read employees data from the keyboard and print the data. You just read the data from keyboard. So what exactly you required here? You required employee ID, employee name, and a basic salary. Employee ID, employee name, and a basic salary is required by you. And thereby, what exactly you are supposed to identify, or you are supposed to evaluate here in the sense, you need to identify HRA of that particular employee. So HRA of that particular employee. Okay, however, HRA of that particular employee, HRA could be gets increased, taken something like this. HRA will be equal to some 7.5% on the basic. So 7.5% on basic. DA will be equal to so 108% on basic, and then okay, let me take it as some 98% on basic, and TA will be equal to some 12.5% on basic, and then PF will be equal to again 12.5% on basic. Okay, after identification of all these things, then you have to find the gross salary. Gross salary will be so basic plus HRA plus DA plus TA minus PF. Okay, so this is already you did this particular program in our C programming language, but the same thing how you could do here itself. You need to identify. So first of all, what exactly we are trying to perform here? So we're trying to perform something like this. So employee EID will be equal to, so EID is a number, so that the integer. Otherwise, if you want to make them into characters or string, you can. So input, enter employee ID. I don't perform any kind of operation on employee ID, so that it doesn't matter. It might be in integers, or it might be integer, or it might be in a string. That doesn't matter. Okay, ename. So which will be equal to input of, so enter employee name. So we'd like to take the information continuously. After that, basic salary, it must be required. It must be, conversion must be required from string to, it must be converted. So basic salary will be equal to, normally salary is in terms of float type. So 715 rupees 0.25 paisa, something like that. So therefore, so float of input of, so enter MPLOYE employee salary. Okay, basic salary. Okay, it could provide a clear so information to the user what kind of data he is supposed to enter. Yes, input is gets over. All these three will be causes input. Then you have to identify HRA. So HRA will be equal to, what exactly we have specified here? HRA is 7.5% on basic. So basic salary is in float. So we'll be identify 7.5%. So BAS into, so shall I take something like this, 0.075, which is 7.5%. So TA equal to, what is the percentage of TA? That is 12.5. So basic BAS, so into, so 0.125%, that is 12.5%. Okay, DA. So DA will be equal to, so basic into, so 0.98%, 98%. Then followed by PF equal to, of course, TA, whatever the value you have given TA, that is same as PF also. So PF also, let me copy and paste here. Yes, I have been identified. Whatever the process I did, yes, it could be identified. Then followed by what exactly we are trying to do? Gross salary is equal to, let us start with basic plus HRA plus DA plus TA minus, after everything, minus PF. This is gross salary. Then followed by, you have to provide the output. Print. Okay. So the employee ID is comma EID. The data is available with EID. So print. So employee name. Okay, employee name. So what is our employee name is, where exactly it is available here in the sense. So e-name, probably e-name. Then print. So finally, we need to provide gross salary. Gross salary of employee is this much. GROSS. Gross. That's all. Things are over. Then I have to save it as the file emp.py. Okay. Employee details.py. Yes, I have been saved. And then run this particular program. Yes, I'd like to run this one. Yes, employee ID E123. Employee ID is so capital E123. Employee name is Hari. And then basic salary is some 15,345.75 paisa. This is the basic salary. Look at this. So this is employee ID is this much, and employee salary, sorry, employee name is this much. Gross salary is after identification of everything, gross salary is this much. Okay. So 31,535 rupees. Okay, that is the gross salary which we have take home salary of this one. Okay. Likewise, you could write our program in such a fashion. Okay. It could be very easy to write our programs. Okay. I will send out all these programs through Google Classrooms, and you will go through them. You have to type each and everything in our, or you have to copy everything to your desktop or laptop and execute them immediately. I'm also supposed to give you some assignments. Okay, after completion of this one, I'm also supposed to give some kind of assignments to you. Okay. Then, what is next one? So you have to take input from the keyboard of so-called student data, and then print the data as usual. Okay. So here we would like to consider only, okay, let me save it as, otherwise let me take a new one. New file. So this is my new file, and the previous file. I would like to close this particular previous file. Previous file is not required for me. So take this particular thing. So save this file as stud.py Python. So here we need for students, we need this is for students we need so this much information: student roll number or roll number. So student name and 6 subject marks: subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. So marks. After taking these marks, you have to identify what is the total and average. Okay, class cannot be taken into consideration here at this moment, but so 6 subject marks are supposed to be taken into consideration. Let us take how this could be done. So ROLLNO, roll number, is equal to input of enter student roll number. Yes, I have taken. Then name, student name will be equal to input of enter student name. Okay, so it's also begets over. Then followed by so SUB1. Actually, subject marks must be always in character, integers, so that conversion must be required. So int of input of, okay, enter. So SUB1 marks. If you are interested, you please put your own subject names. If you are interested, you please put your own subject names. Pramod, why do you enter this class? I don't know why you have entered here. I don't know why you have entered here. I haven't given any information to you people. I have given only information for the 2019 batch. only for 2019 batch. So no, the same link will be forwarded to everybody. Link will be always same. Okay, you have connected to my class in wrong time. Okay, your time is 10 to 11, but it is 11 to 12. The time is 11 to 12 right. Okay, you can disconnect it. Okay, subject 1 marks. You can enter this one. And let me copy each and everything for, okay, let me take only some 3 or 4 subjects. 3 or 4 subjects. First subject is subject 1. This is subject 2. This is subject 3. Oh, sorry. Subject 3. This is subject 4. And here it is subject 1 marks, subject 2 marks, subject 3 marks, and subject 4 marks. After taking this one, what exactly we are trying to do? Total will be equal to SUB1 plus SUB2 plus SUB3 plus SUB4. Okay. And then average equal to TOTAL divided by 6. Okay. Then you have to print the total marks here. Then you have to print the total marks. So therefore, print. So student roll number followed by ROLL roll number. Then followed by print student probably somewhere else the problem will be raised here. Yes, the problem is so here we have to close it. For integer we did not close it, so that is why it has been shown many number of tooltips. Okay, they are called as tooltips. Student name could be comma s name. Okay, then followed by total. So print total. This whatever the thing it has been displayed, that is called as a tooltip. You could see soon after this one, it has been shown something here that is a tooltip. Okay, however, so print total marks. Total marks will be this much, which is available at the TOTAL, and print. So average marks. Average marks will be somewhere else here, comma AVG or AGE. So whatever the variables you have taken, same spelling must be replicated anywhere else in the program. Anywhere else in the program, you have to replicate anywhere else with the same name. Spelling mistakes could not be there here. You please remember. Yes, I have saved this particular program and then go for running. Roll number is some 50. Wait for a while. So 501. Student name is Hari. Then subject 1 marks 56. So something and something and something. Okay. This is what about your point here. 501 Hari 271 marks. Average will be 45%. Okay. Average will be 45%. In this way, you can perform. In this way, you can perform. So it is very easy to write any kind of programs in Python. Okay, simple, very simple to write your programs in Python. Please remember this. Okay. And electricity billing system, I'll give you complete information regarding to electricity billing system here. You please write your program and submit me through Google Classrooms. And this one also. So I'll give you this particular point here. I'll give you this particular point for you. So this particular program for you, and you have to execute this particular program. Okay. And very importantly, we would like to identify. So take 3 numbers as input, and identify. So the minimum among them. So what is the minimum? So without using, you don't know what is the information regarding to, so if statement here, you have information with you only on ternary operator. Using ternary operator, you have to identify. Let me do this particular program for you for this point. Then I'd like to perform this one. It is very easy. It is very easy to perform here. So let me take so this particular program for you. So let me take a new program, new controller is new, and then close this one. It is no more required for me at this moment. So a equal to int, so input, enter a number, because it is a particular number. We'd like to take the input here. So and then the second one is B, and third one is C. I've taken. So what is our program here? Our program is minimum. Okay, so minimum. Look at this. I do believe that you have some information regarding to this ternary operator. The ternary operator is somewhere else. Yes, this one. The ternary operator is somewhere this one. First value, if condition, else second value. What does it mean? If this condition is getting true, then first value will be displayed. Otherwise, it will be goes to second value. That is the meaning here. Okay. So let us do the same operation here. Minimum is equal to, minimum is one particular thing. Okay. MINIMUM. Minimum is equal to, MIN is one built-in, I mean, let me say a keyword, so that don't use that particular MIN as our variable. Minimum equal to A if, so A less than B and A less than C. Okay. If A less than B and less than C, so then you could consider A as the answer. Else B if, so B is less than C. Okay, else, so C is the answer. Look at this. Look at this. Right away from here to here, this is one particular condition. This is one particular condition. If this condition will be written true, then A will be the answer. Otherwise, if this condition is false, else. So this is one more ternary operator. This is one more ternary operator here. So here B less than C, B will be the answer. Otherwise, C will be the answer. That is the so problem here. Then print, so minimum value is, so comma MINIMUM, minimum. So close this one. So one is not there here. So this is the ternary operator. So ternary operator could be gets operated in such a fashion. Okay, in such a fashion. Let us do it here. Save this one as min.py, minimum.python, and then run this one here. Run this one here. So let us take the inputs here. Enter a number that is 23, so 45, and 78. 23 is the minimum. Out of all this, 23 is minimum. Let me run one more time for you. So I'd like to take so middle number as minimum. So middle number as minimum, 78, 23, 56. Now it is 23. Okay, middle number as minimum here. And let me run one more time for you. So last number as minimum at this moment. Last number will be some 56, some 89, and 1. 1 is minimum. So whatever the conditions you have taken into consideration, all those conditions are supposed to be evaluated properly. Okay. In this way, you could write the minimum among 3 or 2 numbers. Okay. So this is what for today's class. I will send all these Python codes to you, Python scripts to you through Google Classroom, and I have to go through everything. And I'm also give you some number of basic programs for our evaluation, and you have to submit. It could also be given the due date which we have to submit. Also, everything will be given to you before that, but on or before that particular date, you have to submit it. Then you could get marks. Otherwise, you will be missed that particular assignment, so that you could lost your marks. Okay, already I'm giving some information to you that by 17th onwards, by 17th onwards,